Hey guys, this is Grill Meister Dave here at my clubhouse. It's been a couple years since I've started back conversating with JW about the benefits and great things you can do by saving yourself a little bit of money and investing into yourself, into your place by going into solar and at a certain point batteries. It's been a little bit of a travel for me, financially, and put a little sweat in and everything. But we've come a long ways, and great thanks to my good friend, my brother from another mother, JW Solar, for pushing me along where I have, and sometimes push me harder than I like to, but it's always in the great positive direction of being better, doing better, and being more energy efficient for myself, which is good. It's been, a bigger expense out of pocket on the outset, but yet I've saved a lot on doing it myself with the help of my good friend John, and I've made tremendous progress. I started out with a couple grid tie inverters that just gave me the power I was, offset the power I was using, and then just within this last year made the move to this new setup where I can harvest and use all of my solar in my batteries, and making the transfer into storage and use, making it more readily available. And in the event of a blackout or power goes out for some reason, I have the capability of keeping my refrigerator up, my freezer, some lights, and yes, heat up here in the frozen tundra of Minnesota, because it's currently 6 degrees outside with a wind chill of well below zero. So if your furnace takes a dive on you, things can go pretty bad pretty fast for a house, freezing pipes and water heaters and everything of that nature. So being able to take the edge off by, even if I had to just plug in a couple of my smaller heaters, electric heaters, even if I had to plug one of those in, utilizing my entire electrical output just to keep my house warm until my, furnace could become fixed or repaired, or in the event of power outage, I could keep my furnace up and running once I have it fully integrated into my grid transfer switch once I get it installed. And it's been quite the journey, I must say. And little baby steps sometimes seems like big giant ocean jumps, but it's always a step forward. And the philosopher always said, takes but a single step to begin a journey of 1,000 miles. Well, I've made quite a few miles down the road on my quest to be a little more energy sufficient in this day and age of when everybody should try to get more focused in with being a little more energy efficient and try to do better for themselves, not depending on anybody but themselves. Kind of like that good old American pioneer spirit where you do it for yourself. You don't ask for any handouts, you do it for yourself. It's quite a freeing experience, knowing that I can leave, and if the power goes out, I'm good. Certain things are fine, where other people are sweating and saying, "Oh God, am I going to have a mess in my house?" I won't. And in the case of some kind of natural disaster, tornadoes or whatever out in these parts. And a significant area is out of power for a fairly amount of time, because it has happened out here. Places have been out of power for a week, 2 weeks, because of a severe storm or microburst or whatever. My family and maybe some of my friends, if needed, would have a place to stage or come and maybe wash some clothes, charge a battery on their phone, get a hot meal, not really a hot shower, because, my heat on demand water heater, which is the bane of my buddy John's existence. I should never have gotten that. But that's a point of contention between him and me. I still love it. But baby steps, we'll get there down the road. Maybe do something a little bit better, like a gas on demand water heater, which is a little more energy efficient than the electric. But it's going in a good direction. Next couple little video blurbs on the backside of this will be checking out my progress as of today. Now that I have my big bank of batteries up, kind of running, and the system up, mostly running. I just have my refrigerator and my freezer plugged in at the moment. I'm going to try to plug in a few more other things up here until, like I said, I can get an electrician over to update my breaker box and my transfer switch. It's not as easy as you think. The electricians out here seem to be backed up 1, 2, 3 months at a shot. So I guess everybody's redoing their electricity, their electric. But I will get there. That's another significant cost, because anytime you do something of that kind of nature, you have to have an electrician out here in the States, especially in the state of Minnesota. You have to have an electrician do it. They have to file a permit of what they're doing and stuff. So I'm going to have them come out here. They got to file a permit saying, well, they're replacing the breaker box with a bigger one and installing a generator transfer switch. Easy enough. But it's significant enough that I can't do it myself. I won't do it myself because I will electrocute myself. And I don't look good in that curly of hair and that burnt of a face. So, yeah, it's been quite a journey. And I would like to thank JW for pushing me in the direction that I'm going. There's been disagreements and, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Can I do this? But in the end of the day, he's been one of my biggest supporters and biggest cheerleaders, helping me get out into a direction, and he keeps looking out for me.